Hey, what's up, guys? Captain Zach here. I've got some cool underwater footage for you today, and I thought I'd mix it up and just talk you through the action. So every time I review underwater footage, it's just so surprising how much action's on the bottom. You can see I dropped a 1 ounce Fire Eye glow jig down here, and immediately it was just a sculpin fest. I mean, there are like three, four sculpin right around. You can see that one sculpin's already eating the jig. The one challenge of like feeling the hit right away is when you have a weight in between you and the jig, sometimes all you feel is that weight. And so you don't actually feel that strike right away. So look at like right under the weight there, that sculpin's just devouring the jig. His buddy's eating the weight. He's striking at the lead ball. You can see those little squid tentacles just sitting right outside the sculpin's mouth. He's just slowly sort of digesting the jig. Oh, another strike at the weight again. These sculpin are just sitting all around it. Hopefully, I feel this bite at some point. Like I said, that fish has been sitting there for 20 seconds with my jig in the mouth. There we go. Looks like I feel it, and we ought to crank him. There we go. Yep. Looks like he's hooked up. Yep. This was a sort of a sculpin fest, and then some cool halibut action. Okay, back down on another drop. It's always kind of cool to see what's on the bottom. Oh, there's a flounder. Kind of a little bit of a hit and run. He ate the spreader bar and then zoomed away. There's a sculpin on the left there, just kind of staring it down. Ooh, a halibut sneaking in on the right. But that sculpin's kind of munching on the jig. You can see some octopus tentacles and a little piece of herring on there. Oh, here comes his buddy. I need the sculpin to get away. That halibut was in the area, and now they got me boxed in. They're just sort of staring it down. And you keep grabbing at it. Here we go. Oh, the halibut. And now I hit the halibut. So the halibut came in to bite it, and then I lifted, and the weight hit the halibut. So I just knocked the halibut with my 6 ounce lead, and it swam away. So that's clearly not good. Oh, there's the halibut again. So he's got it in his mouth. This should be good. He was on the line, and then he just threw the hook. So now, as it drops, yep, no halibut on there yet. So it's going to drop back down. Usually they'll grab it again if you drop it right back down. Let's see if he comes back. Yep, there he is on cue. He grabbed it. Oh my gosh, he's dragging the lead ball. This should be a fish. Oh, he somehow spits that out. That is tough to watch. Oh my gosh, that's exactly what should happen. They come back down. You let it back down. They grab it. Oh, here's a sculpin at close range. Oh my gosh, he's right in front of the camera. It looks like he grabbed the jig already. You can see the line and then the weight starting to move. There he goes. He's sort of thumping hard. He's probably hooked himself. Yep. Another sculpin. A lot of sculpin on this day. It seemed like every time you drop it, there was a sculpin waiting for it. Here we go. What do we have here? A little school of flounder. So there's one there kind of hovering through on the right, and there's another one. A lot of times a school of those will kind of zig or zag by. Sometimes they're tough to hook. They've got really small mouths, and it looks like I've at this point switched up to a slightly larger jig too. So that would make it even harder to hook those small-mouthed flounder, but they're kind of staring it down. It's just sort of sitting in that area. Oh, there he is, and hit him with the lead again. I'm seeing a trend here. I got to stop hitting these fish with my weight. Maybe we'll hit him with a jig instead. There's a sculpin. That's a pretty aggressive bite. Yeah, he's got that jig devoured. This should be pretty much an automatic fish here. Let's see if we get a hookup. It's just amazing that they can just grab it and you have no idea. So anyone who's halibut fished before, who's caught a bunch of sculpin, I mean, always be lifting that jig up so you can feel if there's something on it. Because, I mean, you see here, they'll just sit on it for 20, 30 seconds. And looks like we caught that one. Here's another one. Oh, he's kind of bit the shaft of the hook there. You got the octopus tentacle just dangling. It looks like a a pretty juicy bait. I'd be surprised if something else doesn't come and grab that pretty quickly. Let's see, back to the bottom. Oh yeah, his buddy was waiting for it right on cue, and he's already got it. Yeah, he's sucking that in. That whole jig's getting devoured. Wow, that's a small sculpin that just ate that whole jig. And again, just tough to feel it right now until I lift that up and get contact with that jig. He's just eating my whole jig and bait. There we go. I ought to feel it now and set the hook. Got it. Looks like we're heading back down here. Oh, boom. Right on top of a sculpin. It's crazy how they blend in with their surroundings based on whatever's on the bottom. They kind of, the coloration shifts. He's eating that pretty aggressively. Again, there it is with the jig in his mouth. All I need to do is yank, set the hook here. But again, I gotta lift it up and feel it first. There we go. Feel the weight, and bam. Okay, here we go. Heading back down. I slowed this one down. Oh, there's a Hallie. Oh, hit him with the weight again. This is a clinic. That's tough. Oh, and it looks like the jig is tangled around the line now. So this is not optimal. So the jig got kind of fouled around the main line. And now the halibut's swarming around. I just hit this halibut with the weight. So let's see if he'll come back and swipe at my jig. No, he was mad at that weight, so he came back and swiped at that instead. Oh, there it goes. It hit a sculpin that time. Jeez, here we go. Okay, now we're coming back down. Oh, check this out. These two sculpin just fighting for it in the upper left there. The one has it in its mouth, and the other is just like determined to get a bite of it. Finally, this one wins. And he comes up to the top. Here we go. Okay, the jig in the left there. Oop, a halibut snuck by there. You just saw the halibut fin. The sculpin's got the sort of the shaft of the hook. That's not gonna lead to a hook up there. But there's the halibut. Oh, in the lower left, the halibut was following it up. It's like when that little sculpin got off the surface, then the halibut just turned and followed it. Okay, here we go. I think this is worth watching. Okay, nice halibut. Grabs it, and then look under it. A much nicer halibut. A tiny little chicken bit it, but like a 30-pounder was swimming right under it. So this chicken had it in his mouth. Look, he spits it out. So now I've got at least a chicken and then a nice 30-pounder in the area. All I need to do is get that 30-pounder to come back. So here it is. It's on the fall. You know a halibut's going to come. Oh, and one of that small chicken, either the same small chicken or a different one came back. And unfortunately, the 30-pounder swam away. I hooked this guy. So this is a fish that we catch. 10 sculpin in a row, and finally a Hallie. Nice little chicken. It's his lucky day. Tight lines.